The story of the Mormons is one of faith, persecution, migration, and growth. From its humble beginnings in early 19th century America to becoming a global religious movement, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has a fascinating history, full of triumphs and trials that shaped its identity. It all began in the early 1820s in upstate New York. A young man named Joseph Smith claimed to have had a vision of God the Father and Jesus Christ. According to Smith, he was told that all existing Christian denominations had strayed from the true gospel. A few years later, in 1827, he reported being visited by an angel named Moroni, who led him to a set of golden plates buried in a hill. These plates, Smith said, contained the history of ancient peoples in the Americas and their interactions with Jesus Christ. Smith translated these plates into what became known as the Book of Mormon, published in 1830. Shortly after, he organized the Church of Christ, later renamed the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The new scripture, along with Smith's teachings, emphasized restored Christianity, divine revelation, and modern-day prophets, setting the faith apart from mainstream Christian beliefs. As the church grew, so did opposition. Many saw the new religion as a threat to traditional Christianity, and suspicions arose about the group's communal practices and claims of prophetic leadership. Persecution forced the Mormons to move westward, first to Kirtland, Ohio, where they established their first temple. However, financial troubles and internal strife led to their expulsion. Next, they sought refuge in Missouri, but tensions with settlers and the state government led to the issuance of the infamous extermination order by Governor Lilburn Boggs in 1838, declaring that Mormons should be exterminated or driven from the state. This led to violent clashes, including the Hounds Mill Massacre, where 17 Mormons, including children, were brutally killed by a mob. The Mormons fled to Nauvoo, Illinois, where they built a thriving community. Under Joseph Smith's leadership, Nauvoo flourished, and the church introduced new doctrines, including baptism for the dead and plural marriage, or polygamy, which would later become a point of major controversy. However, hostility from neighbors, political tensions, and allegations against Smith culminated in his arrest. In 1844, an armed mob stormed Carthage jail and murdered Joseph Smith and his brother Hiram, leaving the church in crisis. Following Smith's death, Brigham Young emerged as the new leader. He led thousands of Mormons on a treacherous journey westward to what is now Utah, seeking a place where they could practice their faith in peace. In 1847, after months of enduring harsh weather and scarce resources, they arrived in the Salt Lake Valley. Brigham Young declared, "This is the right place," and they began constructing settlements, irrigation systems, and what would become Salt Lake City, the new headquarters of the church. The pioneers' journey was one of immense hardship. Many died from exposure, hunger, and disease. To aid future migrants, Young established the Perpetual Emigrating Fund, helping thousands of converts from Europe and other areas travel to Utah to join the growing community. The Mormons' attempts to establish a self-sufficient, theocratic society in Utah Territory brought them into conflict with the U.S. government. Their practice of polygamy, publicly acknowledged in 1852, ignited national outrage. The federal government responded with a series of legislative acts aimed at dismantling the practice and reducing the church's political power. The Utah War of 1857 to 1858, also known as the Mormon Rebellion, saw federal troops march toward Utah under President James Buchanan's orders, fearing Mormon defiance. However, a peaceful resolution was reached, avoiding large-scale bloodshed. The church continued to grow, but legal battles over polygamy persisted. In 1890, under pressure, church president Wilford Woodruff issued the Manifesto, officially ending the practice of plural marriage. This move paved the way for Utah's statehood in 1896, bringing Mormons closer to mainstream American society. Throughout the 20th and 21st centuries, the LDS Church expanded rapidly. Missionary work became a hallmark of the faith, with young men and women traveling across the globe to spread their beliefs. Temples, considered sacred spaces for higher ordinances, were constructed worldwide, symbolizing the Church's growth. The Church also played a role in humanitarian aid, education, and genealogy research. Programs like Family Search, one of the world's largest family history databases, and welfare initiatives have contributed to its positive global influence. Today, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has over 16 million members worldwide. Though still viewed as distinct from mainstream Christianity, it has gained greater acceptance and continues to be a major religious force. From persecution to prosperity, the Mormons' journey is one of resilience and faith. Whether seen as pioneers of religious freedom or a unique sect within Christianity, their story remains a significant part of American and world history. Thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting, be sure to like and subscribe for more historical deep dives. Until next time.